What is up, my minions? My name is Threads, and this is a what are you doing, bitch? Get up and do something. Um, this is a domination game on the map Radiation. I go 47-7. It is starting late because I ran around the map 3 times before I found anybody, and I died twice before I did anything. So I wanted to get in the jump of it. I don't know what the fuck that means. It was my first game, so it was pretty rusty. So it's gonna be it's gonna be really shitty at first, like all the kills. But I thought it was a good game because it was a high-scoring game. But whatever. I hope you like it. Quick little update about my PVR. It is all set and paid for. I'm not getting mine back because it is broken. But they're sending me a refurbished one, and it should ship out tomorrow. So hopefully I'll have that by Thursday or Friday. Because Rage Quit Troll 4 is going to come out before the community one, because that was my plan. I have some really good Rage Quit Trolls from you guys. These are funny to watch. So please keep sending me links to them or sending me your gamer tag and I'll go look at them. But yeah, so that's going to come out. Rage Quit Troll 4 is going to come out before the community one, and I'm hoping to get $2 and straight up knives to upload the community one too. Get you guys noticed. I'll put your names over your clips, and I'll put your channel link over your name. I'll try to do that. If I don't send me to the gallows. But yeah, so that's what's going on with uploads. Sorry I haven't been uploading a lot. My PVR is still gone. I want to thank Ryan Bad Mistakes for recording this for me so I can have it up on my channel. Shut the fuck up, car. But yeah, so I want to do a little college story about my first plane ride because I was talking with my cousin today, and I hadn't seen him in 20 years. And it was really emotional to see him because he lived in California, I lived in New Hampshire, and we never got to see each other because I'm petrified of planes, and I was always poor, so I could never go out and take a plane ride. But I did go on my first plane ride a couple years back, and it was in college, so I thought it'd be a pretty funny college story to share with you guys. So I played baseball in college, as some of you probably know, and some of you are sending me messages because I was playing MLB The Show yesterday, and you're like, oh, you like baseball? I'm like, yeah, bro. So we every spring we would go down to Florida and play spring training. So this is my first year at this college because I played somewhere else prior. So we all had to pay for it and stuff, and when we were getting ready to go, I told my coach, I'm like, hey, I've never been on a plane, I'm really nervous. He's like, oh, well, you can sit next to me, it's alright, nothing to be afraid of and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, nothing to be afraid of, but, you can get into a fucking fender bender on the ground, but if you get in a fucking fender bender in the sky, you fucking die. Rhymed. But, so I was wicked scared, so I took some, we left at 4 in the morning. I didn't go to bed till like 2 because I was like panic attacking the whole time. So I took some like NyQuil on the ride to the airport just so I would be ready to fall asleep, and my buddy who transferred schools with me, gave me an Ativan, so I was really tired. And once we got in our seat, I was like, oh my god, and I never even got to sit near my coach because he like forgot or didn't give a fuck either way. So I had to sit in the back with like all my asshole fucking teammate friends who were just like, yeah, statistically, you're more likely to get in a car accident on the ground, but you can like walk away from those. You can't really walk away from a car, like a plane crash. I'm like, oh my god, fuck you guys. So I remember the plane was taxiing down the runway, and right as he turned around and stopped and he hit the thrusters, I just remember nothing. And I remember waking up halfway through the plane ride, like we were almost on our descent into Baltimore to change planes, and I woke up and everyone's like looking at me and giggling and laughing, and they're like, dude, you totally passed out. I'm like, no way, man. I took all these sleeping shit, and like, nah, dude, you passed the fuck out. We all watched your eyes roll in the back of your head, and you were out like a goddamn light. I'm like, fuck you guys, I hate you. So we had a layover in Baltimore for a couple hours. I was like, what I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna be all right. And we got on the plane, and I sat in my seat. I was like fully confident, ready to go, and that's the last thing I remember. I remember waking up halfway through that plane ride on the way down to Florida, and I was out like a fucking light the whole time. So it was pretty embarrassing. I kept passing out, but we still had to come back. So down in Florida, we played our baseball games or whatever, and I went swimming in Florida in March, which was fucking awesome, in a pond. And the hotel manager had to remind us that there was alligators. We actually did see an alligator in the water, so that was pretty sweet. Cool story to tell people. You guys swim with an alligator. I really didn't because I would have bitched out. But on the way on the way back, we got to like the Fort Myers like airport, or whatever the hell airport's around there, and we got there and everyone's like, placing bets on how long I'm gonna last before I pass out. Like, right as it starts to take off, right as we take off or just before, and I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna pass out this time. So the plane starts to take off and it gets airborne, and that's the last thing I remember again. And I woke up like 10 minutes later and I was like, fuck, I passed out again. Like, I was so nervous. We landed again in Baltimore, and I had to take a piss. So I got back on the plane late, and I had to sit in between our second baseman and this like girl. She was like 10 or 11 years old. And I sat in between them, and everyone was picking on me again. She's like, asked me, she's like, why is everybody picking on you? I was like, well, I don't like planes, I keep passing out. And she goes, oh, I fly down to Florida, every 2 months to see my father the whole way by myself. I'm like, well, fuck you, you little bitch. But I was like, oh, that's nice. So right as we took off, she goes, what's the matter with you? Are you gonna pass out? And I'm like, no. So I finally got to take off, and I finally didn't pass out, but I was like breathing really heavy, and like I was starting to sweat and stuff. And she looked at me and she goes, aren't you like supposed to be tough? Aren't you like a baseball player? Like, shouldn't you be tough and stop being such a baby? And like the plane was silent, so everyone heard that. Everyone started fucking laughing at me and like picking on me. I was like, oh my fucking god, this fucking bitch. So the guy got up and went to the bathroom. I was in there for like 10 minutes, just like fucking so embarrassed. And I finally came out and took my seat. I just looked at her and I was like, don't talk to me this whole plane ride. So that was pretty funny. I had to speed through it because the first time I did this commentary, I extended it too much. And the game ended and I was like, motherfucker, because I didn't want to go into Audacity and edit everything because I'm lazy. And I didn't want to do that. And I don't know why I'm climbing this ladder, because I'm not a fucking trick shotter. So, but I would go on a plane now because, I did it and I finally stayed awake for it. So it's not a big deal anymore. I just thought it was a really funny story because everyone was fucking picking on me and I kept passing out because I'm a huge faggot. But this gameplay's winding down. There is no final score, but if you want to go back and count all the kills and deaths, feel free. It was 47-7. My name is Threads. I hope you enjoyed, and I throw shit. Peace.